It's like it's a train. We all sit in the train, and I've got special music I made. It's very happy, but it gets really sad sometimes. And I'll be the driver of the train, but I'll drive the train with the drums. And there will be all the passengers, but they all have to help me to drive the train with the drums. So I teach them this beat, and then we have to close our eyes, and then I'll give them the picture of the train. So how the train goes through happy times, and then there's a dark tunnel. We go to the sad times, all the bad memories, and then we come out. But at the end of the train, it's always happy.
Shlama and Shlomo to all you Assyrian Podcast listeners. It's Ninorta from Arizona. Thanks for tuning in to episode 43. Now, I know I promised you all Arizona guests, and don't worry, we'll get to those. As some of you may know, I was recently in Sydney, Australia, and met some really cool people, so I couldn't resist the chance to get them on the podcast, like today's guest, Ivan Yako. In Bob Marley's Trenchtown Rock song, one thing he repeatedly says is, "One good thing about music, when it hits ya, you feel no pain." Now I'm going to let you press pause right now so you can look up the song, because once you listen to the Trenchtown Rock song and then hear our podcast, it clicks. That's exactly what today's guest, Ivan Yako, is doing. He's created his own drumming program called the Healing Through Ivan Yako's Drumming that's helped refugee students at schools who've been struggling with everyday life through the power of music. This outlet has not only helped their music ability, but also better their concentration at school, live a happier life, and have higher self-esteem and self-worth. Ivan's program has gained a lot of media attention over the years and continues to grow, and as a result, he's gained many awards. A lot of us have gone through tough times, and Ivan tells us about how he's helped heal so many people with his drumming therapy. I wish I had this in school when I was growing up. We also talked about his experience playing in the Assyrian Australian band Azaduta, his work with other artists internationally, and also some hints of an upcoming Assyrian music project that he's working on. I can't wait to hear all about that song once it gets released. If this is your first time listening, welcome. We bring new episodes to you every Tuesday, so to keep up, please click on the subscribe button and let others know about us. Join our email list by emailing us at info@assyrianpodcast.com, and don't forget to review us and spread the word about the Assyrian Podcast. With Christmas approaching and it being the season of giving, the Ituti Institute is doing something wonderful for the children in our homeland. You may remember our episode number 4, we had interviewed Savina Dawood. She's the co-founder of the Ituti Institute. And in that episode, she talks about the different projects that they're doing for the people in our homeland. Well, one of the projects they're doing right now is for Christmas, and they're trying to deliver Christmas gifts for over 5,000 children in Nineveh. And they need $6 per child to make that happen. We'd love for the Assyrian Podcast listeners to check out the link in the episode description and to please make a donation. Thank you very much for your help with that. Lastly, we'd like to thank our sponsor, Tony Kalogerakos, and the injury lawyers of Illinois and New York. If you know anyone that's been in a serious accident, please reach out to Tony Kalogerakos. He's been recognized as a top 40 lawyer and a rising star by Super Lawyers publication, and has obtained multiple multi-million-dollar awards. Tony can be reached at injuryrights.com or at 847-982-9516. And now you'll get to hear from Ivan Yako. Ivan, when did you start being involved with music?
Okay, so I started drumming when I was 9 years old.
Uh-huh.
I'm Syrian, obviously, from Iraq. I was born in Kirkuk, and then we moved to Baghdad when I was 1 year old. And I used to, like when I was young, and Mom still tells me, like, since I was 4 or 5 years old, I would pick any plate and anything and just flip them and start playing the drums.
And start playing with plates and pots.
Yeah, and then I remember when I was 9 years old, I went to the wedding with Mom and Dad. And when I saw a drum kit at the wedding, I still remember what club it was. And I freaked out. I said, oh, this is what I've been looking for a long time. And then from there, I started it. So since 9 years old, obviously not as a professional, but I started my loving the music and playing drums since 9 years old.
So since you've been playing drums since such a young age, who drew you to the drum specifically, or what drew you to the drum set?
I've been asked that question before, and I always think sometimes you go back and you want to see how much you can remember.
Mm-hmm.
And as much as I remember back, that I don't know, I just born and I loved it. Like, it wasn't like, because dad wasn't a musician, mom wasn't a musician, my brothers and my sisters, they were none of them musicians. And I just loved it.
And you've played in the Azaduta band.
Yeah, I played with Azaduta for 5 years.
Wow.
We were touring everywhere. And
how was that experience like?
It was amazing experience, because I have to admit something. Out of all the Assyrian art, like when I played with Azaduta, especially with like Robin, he's been a lead singer and all that. Something I really liked, and I always tell everyone I like about Robin, is we played everywhere, like around Australia. And the amazing thing about Robin, he never stopped saying, "We are Assyrians." Mm-hmm. Like, I remember one day we were playing at this in Byron Bay at the Royal Hotel, and we were playing, and then Robin always used to introduce the band, and he said, Evan Yako on the drums, all the way from Iraq, Assyrian from Iraq. And then when we finished, I remember there was two old men and one old lady, and I can see they wanted to say something. They were just waiting next to the stage when we were packing up, when you finish, you start packing up. And then the lady came, she said to me, "Can I ask a question?" I said, "Yes." She said to me, "Are you really Assyrian?" I said, "Yeah." And she held my hand and she wanted to kiss my hand. I said, "What's wrong?" "No, madam, you can't do it." She said to me, "You don't know how many books I have at home about Assyrians." And I thought they were finished. There was no more Assyrians in the world. Wow. And then Robin came and he said to her, "Don't worry, we'll take you to Fairfield." They started laughing. And they were like, she was so interested. And she said, and she even invited us for a breakfast second day. She said, "We just want you to come, and I want to show you my library at home about Assyrians and all that." So what I mean is, what I really liked about Azaduta and Robin's being frontman, and he never hesitated to say, "Look, we Assyrians." And sometimes, I must admit, we played some places like real Aussies there, and sometimes I used to tell him, "Robin, don't, like, are you gonna mention we are Assyrians and from Iraq?" Because especially when the war was happening and all that. But he will every time we were there, he mentioned it, and that's the good experience I had with it. And we were always proud. And out of all, I must admit, out of all Assyrian art, the ones so maybe there's some out there in the United States or Europe, but the ones that I know here around, Robin, he always went out there and not playing for Assyrian when to go Assyrian parties, but he always went and far out there and just saying about and singing in Assyrian for we've done so many festivals and all that. Like, you'll see all European and Australian audience, and we'll be playing all these funky Assyrian songs, and they used to love it. And Robin used to mention, we are Assyrians and all that thing I really liked about Azaduta.
Wow.
For 5 years, and we did that for 5 years non-stop.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So you left Azaduta, and then you kind of started your own.
While I was playing with Azaduta, because as a musician you got to play with a lot of bands. I was playing with 4 or 5 different bands, and then after I finished, and I was concentrating on this, finishing this studio, and plus we started playing with different guys, and then we had to. I started concentrating more on my program, the one I did now. I've got a program. It's a drumming program. It's called Healing Through Evan Yako's Drumming. As you know, I told you before, I work with Department of Education here, and I work with 7 government high schools around Sydney. So I concentrated on that more because I'm writing the book. It's almost finished. Wrote a book of about 60 pages. It's all chapters about how the program goes and how it helps all these young people, what they were doing, like how to express their feeling and get all the anger out, or if they have a bit of emotion. It's very unique program. It's about all the emotions. Because kids have been traumatized, or kids don't have confidence. The way I wrote it, it's all about music, but building our confidence and self-esteem, and getting rid of all the bad energy we had. So I concentrated on that. That's why. And then me and a friend of mine, his name is Carlito. Akam is a guitar player. He was doing his project, and then I was heavily involved with this project, and we started doing cons. That style is completely different. It's flamenco. We did a lot of flamenco. So it's been involved in a lot of things. And now I'm doing my album. It's called Yako's Musicians. It's gonna be about 12 tracks, all instrumental. I've got only 2 or 3 songs. There's a little bit of vocals on it, and I've got one song I did. I don't wanna. I'm not gonna tell you now, but when I finish, I will send you the album. But it's gonna be a really good surprise for Assyrians, because one day we were doing like that. Carlito, me and my friend Carlito, we were playing at the concert, and we were playing a city block, really nice concert, and there were a lot of people in concert. And when we finished, this Assyrian musician came, and he said, "I'm very proud of what you guys doing and all that." He said, "But only one thing I was disappointed." I said, "What did you get disappointed?" He said, "You did a lot of things, but you didn't do something Assyrian in this concert." And I said to him, "Look, I promise you, next time when I'm doing the album, I'm gonna do something special for our community, Assyrian community." He said, "Okay," and I promised him that. And then when I came back, I said, "Okay, I have to do something that I'm gonna make all these people happy, proud of something." And then I went and researched. I saw what people did before, and then there was one thing that's the most original Assyrian music that's haven't been done. And I said, "Okay, I picked that subject and then that music, and then the album is gonna finish end of the year, but something very special.
Very unique.
Very unique.
Nice.
But it's a very traditional Assyrian thing. Everybody knows what it is when they're gonna hear it. But I just made it very mixed, like Assyria with New York.
Yeah.
I just made it very jazzy, but at the same time it's very Assyrian.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look forward to hearing that.
Yeah,
That's
one.
exciting.
I don't want to say it now because I want to leave it as a surprise.
Leave it as a surprise, yeah.
Sorry. But I'll make sure when the album finishes, I will send it to you.
Yes,
so you can
definitely.
hear it. And I'm going to send it, obviously, to United States, Canada, Europe, all the albums. But that one, as soon as you'll see the name, you say, "Oh my God," you'll know it straight away.
That's awesome. So you're also an international sponsor deal with Sonar as one of the 5 artists in Australia, and they sponsor along with UFIP, Axis, and Silver Fox since 2009. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. So what happened is, because before we were doing like a lot of festivals and gigs and all that, and schools. So I got offered before. So I got offered by a shop in the city, Valley High. They were connected with all the drum factories, and then they said, "Look, because you're doing a lot." So what happens is the drum factories leave it up to the people on the industry. They know who's doing what. Obviously, they do it because the more gigs you do, the better for them, because you're advertising the product. So I got offered by Pell drums. It's an American drums, and then I played it for 1 year or 2 years, and then wasn't my sound, the one I liked. And then Sonar drums, I loved it since I was a baby. Like from Iraq, I used to see Sonar drums, and I always say, "Oh my God, I love these drums." Yeah. And then before I got the Pell drums, I had Sonar drums. So especially after I started doing schools and all that, and they heard about me, obviously, from all the drum shops in Sydney and all that. So I got offered. They called me and they said, "Look, if you like our product, Sonar drums, we're very interested to take you on board, like as a family, part of the family, and and I was really delighted, and I loved it. Very blessing.
Wow.
I think out of all Australia, 5 of us.
Yeah, to be able to do that.
Yeah, and I'll give you the magazine anyway, so
That's
maybe you
awesome.
can keep it. So it's audited in their own like commercial magazine.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so that's amazing. It's one of those dreams I had since I was young.
Yeah.
And well, you can check in their website. You just go to Toronto International, just put Evan Yako, and
It'll come up.
they've got my profile there. They've like each artist have like a small mini profile there. So it's all it's been so amazing, and
Wow.
it makes it easy sometimes. Like for example, if I have a gig now in the United States or Canada or even here national, going to Melbourne, Queensland, I don't have to take drums with me, so I'll let them know before and they organize.
Yeah.
So I don't have to carry all the stuff.
Oh wow, that's great.
Yeah, it's beautiful. But I do a lot for them too. Like
Yeah.
I've got my YouTube channel, my social media, and
Yeah.
all the albums are playing. Like if you see them there, all the names, and I always promote them too. And I sell a lot of drums for them too.
That's good.
Yeah.
So do you work a lot internationally? Like I know some artists that are in Chicago or Canada. Do they reach out to you and say, "Hey, we want you to produce our album, or we want you to do the drum set"? How does that work?
Yeah, because these days it's all technology. So I've done a lot of them. So they send me the song from, for example, Europe or United States or Canada, and I'll just get the song here and I'll play the drums and then I'll send them back all the drums like files, like it's that's what I do. I still do it.
Wow. So you don't only work in Australia?
No.
All over.
Yeah. So when they send me a song, I'll just play it. It's easy these days. It's not like olden days. Olden days wasn't, especially with technology, wasn't this advanced. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right now we can do it.
That's great. So you mentioned that you teach students how to play drums, and you've created the program for refugee students that's called the Healing Through Evan Yako's Drumming Project.
Yeah.
What made you decide to create this healing process?
Okay, this program, I wrote that program first on myself.
On yourself?
Yes, because born in Iraq, going through 2 wars like Iraq and Iran, and Gulf War, and then leaving your country when you were young, and then getting smuggled between country to country and all that. And when I was young, I had a lot of things used to bother me, like when these old flashbacks used to come to me, as a young child, used to change my moods, because it's kind of a trauma. I had kind of a trauma. So the only thing used to make me happy when I used to sit on drums. That all used to take my all anger and trauma and everything used to take it away. So what I thought, okay, if this is working on me, I'm sure there's a lot of kids out there that went through this, and so I started writing little by little, and then I remember first thing there was Cabramatta High School here in Sydney. They said we've got some refugee kids. They came from Syria, Iraq, and all Africa, and then we can see they like drumming. Would you do something like that? I said, yeah, I've got already a program I'm writing down. We can give it a go if you want. To one of the counsellors, Ms. Pickering from Cabramatta. They said, okay, anyway, went there. I tried it for 1 term, and I started with the 10 students, and they saw second term the principal and the deputies and the counsellors of the school. They saw how these kids within 10 weeks there's change happened, and then the second term they said, Evan, we want to book you for another class, and then second term from 10 they went to 20 students, and then third term they went to 40 students, and then last term of that year, another school came on, and then first term of the second year, another school, and then Department of Education got involved because all these first 3 schools, they started writing evaluation about the programs, because Department of Education. They always ask what programs working in schools, and they started sending all this feedback about my program. So from there, from 10 students, went now up to 200 students. So I teach 200 students a week.
Wow.
7 high schools, and some of them are Department of Education booked me straight away. Some of them like by school. So it's all connected now to the department. So it worked really good with them. And then now I even last time I got called from department and they wanted to take it to the next level because they want to give me more schools, but they know I can't do more than 10 a week.
Yeah.
I have this and I have a family. I have 2 daughters and a wife.
Yeah.
So maybe hopefully next year I will be my book's almost finished, and then maybe I'm just still looking. I want to find the right person that so I can teach them the program, how it works, and then so I can get I can get employees like to come work with me, and then they go and do the program in different schools.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, but I have to find the right person for it.
So tell us, how does the program work? How do you do the healing through the drum?
So the healing is I'll just tell you small because it's a big module.
Yeah, of course.
But I'll tell you that. So what I do first when I start the program first, I personally myself I meditate a lot. I do the meditation. I've studied from my maestro. I've got a master, he does meditation and all that. So I studied. First, I teach them how to meditate for 3 minutes. It's called the relaxing breathing technique. It doesn't take much. Just to calm the, with kids and all that. At the schools, the high pots up, especially after recess, when you have a class after recess or after lunch. You know how they open. So we just bring the energy down a bit, like in a nice way, just to meditate. And then what I do with the program I explained to them how we have 2 energies in our bodies. I call it red energy and green energy. Red energy, it's all the anger, frustrating, being upset, being not happy. So I call that all green, red energy. And green energy, I call it like always being happy, relaxed. So what do we do? One of the chapters, I'll teach them how to get rid of red energy through the drums. I feel sorry for the drums sometimes, but the drums can handle it. And then because of the drums sound so good, it gives us green energy through our ways. Because what happens is with the drums, there's a frequency on the drum, especially the big drums, 70 kilohertz frequency. You don't hear it, but you can feel that vibe, the vibration, and that vibration makes the body feel really good. Any human being's body. So one of the chapters is this, how I teach them, and in the same time I teach them how I write songs for them, and like obviously drumming ensemble. I teach them beats, all from different cultures and all that. And in the same time I do there's one of the chapters is really nice. It calls Train of Happiness and Sadness. It's like it's a train. We all sit in the train, and I've got special music I made. It's very happy, but it gets really sad sometimes. And I'll be the driver of the train, but I'll drive the train with the drums. And there will be all the passengers, but they all have to help me to drive the train with the drums. So I'll teach them this beat, and then we have to close our eyes, and then I'll give them the picture of the train, so how the train goes through happy times, and then there's a dark tunnel, we go to the sad times, all the bad memories, and then we come out, but at the end of the train it's always happy. So this has helped a lot with a lot of them, because the music I made, so if you're there you know exactly what I mean. So they get happy. Sometimes our emotions, if it's something sad happened before, it's always, as a human being, as a brain, always flashes in the front of you. So I try to always tell them, not forget about it. It's there, but we know how to deal with it, through the music and drumming. So that worked really, really. Like at the end of the session, you'll see a lot of them crying and happy teas, sad teas, but they feel really good.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a big note. It's been done before something like they do drumming programs, but my one was very different. That's why it went everywhere. Now I even do it for teachers.
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, last time I had a session in Cabramatta High School, they booked 6 teachers. They do like teacher development day, like after school. They booked only 6 teachers. They tried it, and then the principal called me this after 2 months. He said, "Evan, those 6 teachers were in your lesson. They went and told everyone. Guess how many teachers we've got booked in for the next session?" I said, "How many?" She said, 58 teachers.
Wow.
So I was
Oh, wow.
basically sitting there, and then we had to go and bring different drums from different schools because we didn't have
Yeah, you didn't have enough, yeah.
enough. And then I was the youngest one in that room that day.
Wow.
Everybody were like principals and teachers there, and then so it's working really good. Now I got a call last time. Even corporate companies now. I've got one company called me. It's a big company in Sydney, and they want me to go and do it for their workers. Like,
Wow.
you know how some companies there's too much pressure
Yes.
and stress for the
Yeah.
work. So now I'm gonna do that too, but I have to find time. I wish if they can put another Sunday, Sundanita, maybe another day of the week, so we'll have 8 days, so I can have extra days. But I don't know how I'm gonna do that, but I'll have to do it. It's really good for.
That's awesome. So you've seen a lot of positive results with the
Yeah.
kids from this
Yeah,
program.
not only me, all especially counselors and this, and I've got all the. I think I'll send you some evaluations through
Yeah.
the email. Like you
Yeah.
can read, and then we've been featured. The program being featured in Channel 7 Sunrise, one of the like very popular
Channels
channel
here.
in
Yeah.
Australia. And I've been featured. Last time I had the SBS
Mhm.
World News. They came to one of the schools specifically for the program, and I've been in ABC channel too. So I've been about 3-4 times. We've been on TV. Just they've heard about it, and then they came and how ask questions and ask the students how good what's the benefit they're getting from the program. And in 2015 I won best project for the humanitarian awards.
Wow.
On 2015, yeah.
That's
And
awesome.
2016 I got nominated for the youth action, like New South Wales Youth Action. 2017 again got nominated. So yeah, it's been working really good.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm very happy.
So you've gotten, like you mentioned, many awards and accolades
Yeah.
from this project that
Yeah.
you've come up with.
Yeah.
What would the 10-year-old Evan say about this?
Oh, sometimes
The younger you.
Yeah, sometimes get too emotional, not in a happy emotional, because I don't know if I saw this when I was young.
You did.
Yes, I knew, and I've still these things. Most of my goals when I was young, I've achieved them,
Wow.
and I always thank God for that. It's a blessing. There's a few of them, but I don't mind because I don't want to be too much. You have to be happy with what you have. But most of the goals I wanted since I was young, it came through, and I'm very happy. But I saw this when I was young. I always told everyone, my parents, because when I was young, my dad was a teacher in Iraq for 28 years, and he didn't want me to play the drums because my old brother and my sister were all in unis and all that, and he thought, not because he didn't love me, but he thought maybe this job will not be good enough.
Yeah, he
for me.
wanted more for you.
Yeah, and then I remember before he passed away, a few 10 years ago, I remember one day he was really sick, and he said to me, "Look, I'm gonna tell you something," because he refused to buy me drums when I was young. I had to make my own drums, and was a bit struggling process in the beginning. But before he passed away, he said to me, "Look, can I tell you something? I haven't told you this before." He said to me, "You made me proud with what you did." So
That's awesome.
and I saw this when I was young. when
That you wanted to be a teacher.
I wanted to be a teacher. I wanted to own a studio. I wanted to be sports. I wanted to play
The
drums
drums.
everywhere. So it's been
Wow,
been happening.
that's amazing.
Yeah, and I've got a beautiful 2 daughters and a wife. My wife, she's really supportive. She's supportive with and mom supported me a lot
Yeah.
when I was young. Like dad didn't want me to do drums, but she was always, you know how moms
Yeah,
are.
of course.
Telling me,
لما فشل
لا ما
البوخ.
فشل أما don't worry, you just keep practicing and then I will make sure one day. So I didn't
awesome.
even have drumsticks. I used to go. I remember how I made my drumsticks. Mom had you know, there was hangers like clothing hangers. The wooden one, and at the bottom they've got really fine.
The stick on the bottom.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I remember when I made my drums out of buckets, I went to mom. I said, "Can I have those two hangers?" And she said, "Why? What?" I said, "I want to make me drumsticks." And I remember and those hangers back then, they were a bit expensive. But I remember still, she said, "Okay, take them, but make sure, like when you pull them out of the thing, you don't break all the."
Yeah. Do you play any other instruments?
I play a bit of. I've studied obviously music, and I've studied most of the instruments. But as a theory-wise, I know I can play piano, but I wouldn't call myself a piano player.
Yeah.
But I can do when I do my arrangements and producing and all that. I've got like it's good enough for me just to arrange songs, and then for the songs after I do like all the scratches and all that, and I bring professional piano players. I play a little bit of piano, yes, not much.
But mainly drums, that's
Drums.
your passion.
Yeah, that's what I love, drums, and I don't like to teach in drums.
Nice. So right now we are in your studio.
Yes.
Real Rhythm Studios.
Yeah.
When did you open the studio space?
So this location was opened 8 years ago, but before this location, I had a very small mini studio at my mama's house, at the backyard. But this place was opened 7-8 years ago. But the small one, it's been there since 2004 or 2005. Yeah.
Very nice. It's a beautiful space. Can you tell us a little bit about the tour that we just went on, so the listeners can hear about the different rooms that you have?
Yeah. So the Real Rhythm Studio now at this new location, it's a recording studio, music school, and a dancing studio. So we do recording, we teach instruments, and we do dancing as in the same time.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
You've performed and also produced many different albums.
Yeah.
Which album has been your favorite to perform?
As a Western way or Assyrian?
Both. Let's do both. Western and Assyrian.
Yeah, I've got so many favorites, but I don't know, for the Assyrian in this beat, it's always been my favorite. It's Ashur Sergis.
Yes.
Dashtit Ninwe.
You performed in that one?
Yeah, I did all the drums, and we recorded Ashur Sergis' vocal in the old studio, and we did all the mix mastering, me and my colleague Shane of it. Out of Assyrians, that was my favorite because, as you know, Ashur Sergis is one of the kind.
Yes.
And the way he writes his music and his songs, and it's really, I don't know, so that was one of my favorite. And I did Babki's one was favorite, and I played even one of the Azaduta's album, the Planetarium one. So there's a lot of them, but I must admit that my favorite one was Ashur Sergis one for the Assyrian. But for the Western, the one I really liked was Kel Taylor's. There's an artist called Kel Taylor. He's an Aussie artist, Australian, and we produced and performed in his album, and we did the mixing. And for 2 weeks, one of his songs were top of the charts in our radio station in Australia. It's called Triple J. We were number one for 2 weeks with his album. So that was one of my favorite ones. But I've done altogether maybe about 40 or 42 albums till now.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
But
Assyrian and
this one,
Western.
Assyrian and Western.
Wow.
These are the ones that are popping straight away.
Yeah.
Some of them are just sometimes when I go through, this I did this, but these ones they just pop now when you ask me that question.
That's good. Any other Assyrian ones that you worked on?
Oh yeah, I did Babki's album. Do you
Mhm.
remember? You know Babki?
Mhm.
Babki's album. I did the drums, the producing, the mixing, and the recording. I worked on Georgis Nikola album. I worked on Edmond David's album. Played in Wilson Ish's album. One of them, obviously Ashur Bitsergis one, and I did Azaduta's album too.
Yes.
Azaduta, it's Assyrian and world music.
Yeah.
This is the one. I did Johnny Zaya's album. This is the ones that are coming to me now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Ivan, what are your plans in the next coming years? I know you mentioned a book, an album.
Yeah, my plan is so my album I want to finish it by next year, and the book it's almost finished. The book I'm gonna finish the book, the Healing Through Ebony Drumming book for the school, and the album I have to finish it by next year because there's really nice. Not because it's my album. Anyway, you will hear it. Especially I'm very happy about the Assyrian song that I did. It's gonna make even for the new generations. And that the song I did, it's the most traditional thing that Assyrian have. Like it's pure Assyrian. Like it's not like one of it's. I don't. If I'll go more into it, I'll get into it. So I don't want. But it's you.
You're getting excited talking about it. So
I don't want to say it now till everybody hears the album. But it's gonna be something really nice for the old generation and new generation, even for the Western Western world, so they know. Oh, okay, this is how Assyrian music used to be, but this is how modern Assyrian music it's gonna be. Like it's very traditional, but I made it very jazzy.
Yeah.
The melody, it's the Assyrian tradition, but the chords and the arrangements, it's very jazz. It's like an Assyrian guy from north of Iraq flies to New York and sits in Blue Note, and there's a jazz band, and we tell him, okay, look, I've got this song, I want to sing it. Can you just do some arrangement for me? And then he'll do sing part of that traditional song, and then the band will take it off from there, and they make it the same melody, but they make it very New York jazz.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Yeah, you will like it. Yeah, I'm very proud of it. I must
Nice.
admit. And all the musicians, especially I've got the bass player. It's from United States. The guy. I've got some international musicians. They're working with me. So I've got accordion player. He's from Sweden. A Syrian guy, Isho. Isho George is a very good accordion player. He's one of amazing Syrian musicians. And I've got the bass player. He's American from LA. He's the bass player for Chikuya. Chikuya is one of the best jazz pianists in the world. And I met him when I went there last year in New York. So he's doing the bass, and a lot of good musicians here from Sydney.
Nice. From
different, from all around the European, Aussies, Australians, a few Assyrian musicians. So it's going to be a nice project.
Nice.
Yeah.
Any piece of advice that you'd like to share to our listeners?
Just believe in yourself. That's the best advice I can give. When you have something in your head, even if it's a small goal or small light, you see it, you can do it because if your brain thinking about it, that means the brain can do it.
No, that's an interesting.
Your brain will not go above the capacity of your brain. Like for me, I've never dreamt of being a doctor or being a lawyer. You know what I mean? Since I was young, my brain told me that for example, just imagine my brain talks to me and tells me, look, I'm wired for this thing. And when you're young, especially when you go to school and all that, you'll get some supporters, some not, especially when your friends tell you, you're dreaming, you can't do that. That's just a dream. Don't believe in that. If your brain tells you there's a light, you can do it. And it's very easy to do. You just gotta believe in yourself. And you can do whatever you want. If you believe in yourself, you can do it. If I did it, everybody can do it. I'm not smarter than all other people out there. I'm not smarter than them. I even tell this to my students. And we were like when we came to Sydney, and we were a group of musicians and all that. Some of them, they were Assyrians. Some of them, they said, "No, Evan, this is not gonna happen." Obviously, you're gonna work hard for doing what you would love to do. Like there was days I used to go to uni, I had no money. Hot chips I used to smell from friends at uni used to smell like biryani to me from hot chips. I couldn't afford even buy hot chips sometimes at the uni, but I never gave up. I said no, I can do it. Sometimes I will have money only for petrol just to get to the uni, to music uni, and come back. I used to choose to put petrol, not to go to uni and stay with no lunch all day. So as I said, if you've got it, you can do it. Do not. Some people maybe will try to put you down. Some of them, they don't mean it. Not because they want to put you down as a bad way. Maybe like Dad, when I was young, he said to me, "I wanted to be a lawyer or a doctor." Not because he didn't like me, or he thought maybe this thing will not have a good future for me. But as a young child, I knew. I said, "No, this is what I want to do. I know. My brain telling me this is what," and I did it.
And you're helping out other refugees as well.
It's not only refugees. The program is not only for refugees.
It's for anybody going through a difficult time.
Yeah, difficult time, or some of them, you'll see them very smart, but they don't have confidence. But my advice is, if you have to believe in yourself. Absolutely. If you want to do it, you can do it.
Yvonne, thank you so much for having me here.
No, it's thank you, Ninorta, for coming all the way to Sydney from the United States. And I'm really proud of what you do. And I hope we have more Assyrian young people do the thing you're doing, because it's really this is what our community needs. Just all this young generation, just to take it to the next step, so we can show the world that we can, even with no country,
of course,
we can do it. You know what I mean?
There's a lot that we do.
Yeah. Thank you again, Nirota.
Thank you, Basimorabo.